Hey everyone, in this video, I'm going to show you how I solved a tricky alternator problem on my trusty 2004 Toyota Corolla. This is the 9th generation model, and under the hood is a 3ZZFE engine, or 1ZZFE for some of you out there. Now here's the twist. I did the whole thing DIY style with some help from my mechanic buddy, but even he couldn't completely solve the issue due to parts unavailability in our area. So if you're curious, or maybe you just want to be prepared in case you run into the same issue one day, stick around. This might just save you time, money, and a big headache. So here's what went wrong. While I was driving, I suddenly heard this weird whining sound coming from the engine bay. I popped the hood and saw smoke. Yep, actual smoke. And the whole area was incredibly hot. I checked my voltmeter, and the system voltage dropped down to around 10 to 12 volts, even while the engine was running and most electrical loads were off. Normal voltaic. Normal voltage equals 13.8 V to 14.5 volts. Mine, danger zone. This clearly pointed to a failing alternator. So the next step was to find out how to fix it. So like anyone would, I started looking for a fix. Here's what I tried. I first looked into replacing the diodes inside the alternator, hoping that would be enough, but sadly, no luck, no diode kits available locally. Then I asked around for a genuine alternator replacement. You know what they quoted me? $60,000, about the same price as a brand new motorcycle. So I looked for a more practical option and found a replacement alternator from Max brand. Much more affordable, and it looked promising. Alright, here it is, the Max brand alternator, built specifically for the Toyota Corolla 9th Gen with the 3ZZFE engine. Based on what I found online, here are some key features. Direct OEM fit for Toyota 3ZZFE, 1ZZFE engines. High temperature copper windings. Voltage regulator built in. High output diode rectifier. Improved bearing life and durability. All in all, a pretty solid package considering the price. So here's how the installation went down. 1. Remove the old alternator. My mechanic friend helped me with this part while I was still at work, but you can do it yourself if you're confident. First, disconnect the battery for safety.
Okay, so ang gagawin natin ngayon susunod, itatanggalin na natin yung cover, then yung alternator. Okay, so para tanggalin natin yung ating cover, kailangan lang natin ng number 10 na wrench, box wrench man yan or ano. Okay na yun guys. So natanggal na natin yung negative side ng battery. Kahit magstay na yung positive doon, anyway wala naman na, hindi na, incomplete naman na yung circuit. So hindi na magkakaroon ng short circuit dyan. So balik na tayo sa alternator. Okay, so dyan sa alternator tatanggalin natin yung mga connectors nya. Ito sa ganun guys, hindi siya nakambalang sa ating way. So ito tanggalin na natin. Lang, then kailangan natin ng wedges. Kailangan natin ng 10 mm. Balik natin yung nut para hindi natin mawala. And then susunod natin gagawin, itatanggalin natin yung kanyang connector ng kanyang sensor dito. Tanggalin natin yung isa. Kailangan ko na rin palitan yung plug ng alternator guys. Kita nyo naman masyado na siyang brittle. Okay na siya. Ayan. Palitan tong plug ng alternator, masyadong maikli. So ayan, nandito na siya, pwede na natin ilagay dyan. Okay, so ang susunod natin tatanggalin natin yung kanyang drive belt. So para gawin yun, kailangan natin ng 19 mm na long range na wrench. Alright, so para magkaroon ka ng idea kung saan ko ilalagay yung ating breaker bar, doon natin ilalagay guys, dyan sa ating ang tawag dyan, sa ating belt tensioner. Yan yung nut na yan, kita nyo po yan, hindi dun sa baba, hindi yan, dyan sa taas. Okay, alright, so sa ating application ngayon, mas magandang gamitin na lang natin itong torque wrench, o di kaya itong ratchet. Tingnan natin kung ano yung kanyang 19 ata, hindi ko kamali. So let's check kung 19 mm nga ba siya. Yes, 19 nga siya guys. Okay, so kunin natin yung ating torque wrench. Ayan. So ayan na guys, nakaka-build na yung ating 19 mm na socket. And yung ating breaker bar ay nandito na. So basically, ang gagawin natin, hilain natin ito papunta sa atin. And then kapag ito ay lumawag na, pwede na natin siyang tanggalin sa kanyang pagkakalagay. Ayan siya. Okay, lumuwag na yung belt. Tanggal na. Ayun. Okay. Tanggal na guys. Right. Okay, so ito na yung belt. Ayan. Right. So, tanggalin na natin yan. Sunod natin tanggalin na yung ating alternator guys. So para matanggal yan, meron siyang number 14 dito na nut. So tatanggalin natin yan. Then after that, meron siyang nut dun sa baba. Check natin mamaya kung anong number yung nut na yan. Okay. Okay, number 12. Yun. Ayan. Ayan, maluwag na guys. Okay, so next ay may tatanggalin tayong bolt dito sa baba. Okay, so dito sa baba ng alternator, dito may tatanggalin tayong bolt. Okay, so number 14 siya guys, mga socket. Yan, yung bolt na yan. Pwede ko na siyang kamayin ngayon. Okay, kuha na natin yung alternator bolt. Ngayon pwede na natin tanggalin yung alternator. Wiggle, wiggle. Oops. Okay. Alright, so ito na yung alternator guys.
2. Remove the belt tensioner. Since you're replacing the alternator, it's a good idea to replace the belt tensioner too. It prevents future issues down the road. 3. Install the new tensioner and alternator.
So unahin natin yung belt tensioner kasi yun yung pinakamahirap na ilagay. So wala lang background dito, no? So natanggal namin yung belt tensioner, although hindi akong nagtanggal niyan, yung kaibigan kong mekaniko, no? So mahirap tanggalin yan pag hindi mo alam ang ginagawa mo. So para tanggalin yan, ang ginawa niya is pinaluwagan niya yung bolts ng belt tensioner doon, and then kailangan niyang kailangan niyang tanggalin yung mga bolts ng left engine mounts. Kita niyo wala lang bolt dyan. Ayan, wala lang bolt doon. Yan, tanggal na po yan. Dalawa lang naman yan kabilaan. And then nung natanggal na niya, ayan, kita niyo ginak niya yung part ng engine na sa left side, malapit kung saan nandoon yung left wall mount. Ayan siya. Scissor jack lang ang ginamit kasi wala naman akong crocodile jack. Okay, so very unfortunate nga nasira yun, ano. So ngayong gabi, kanina kasi dumating na yung aking bagong alternator and bagong belt tensioner. So yan ang ikakabit natin sa gabing ito. Unahin natin yung belt tensioner, susunod natin yung alternator. Okay, ito siya. So pag ganyan siya, yan, yung top sabi niya. Okay, ito naman tong side na to dun sa engine. Tapos ito, sasabit natin doon sa kanyang bolt. Okay guys, ilagay ko na yung bolt. Okay, nilagay na natin guys. Right, so ang next na ilalagay natin ay yung alternator. Lagyan alternator dito. Pero bago natin lagay yung alternator, siguro din natin nakatanggal yung ating battery. Lagyan ng alternator. Oops. Yun o. Okay, sabi ko siya.
Now, here's the funny part. Something banged while I was installing the alternator.
Shit.
Turns out that was just the washer being squeezed in. Don't worry, totally normal. Just keep tightening.
Okay, so na-torque na. Okay, so yung ibabalik natin ngayon ay yung wall mounts. Kalang siyang madaling tingnan. Pero nakakasal pag hindi na-shoot yung mga bolts sa wall mount. Okay. Pasensya na kayo guys, mag-isa ko lang kaya walang masyado, walang cameraman. Pero anyway, I'll do my best para ipakita ko sa inyo anong ginagawa ko dito ngayon. So, ang ginagawa ko ngayon is sinasauli ko na yung mga bolt ng ng engine mount. Ayan yung isa. Ayan. So, kailangan mag-line up yung butas niyan tsaka yung butas sa kaha. Kasi mahirap ilagay. So, bago lumapat totally yung engine mount dun sa kaha, kailangan may lagay ko muna yung mga bolts nya. Itong mga bolts na to, pagka hindi siya nag-line up ng maayos doon sa mga butas ng kaha, eh mahirap talaga siyang ibalik. Anong gawin natin? So as of now, nag-line up naman yung isa doon sa kabila doon. So nag-line up na rin yung isa dito. So pagka na-settle down na natin yung dalawang bolt, pwede natin totally tanggalin yung jack sa ibaba. Okay. Okay. Right, so nailagay na natin yung bagong alternator. Nailagay na yung bagong belt tensioner. So bababa ko na ngayon yung jack. Okay, so ang natitira na lang ngayon guys ay pagbalik ng serpentine belt. So basically, kapag wiring sang usapan, gumagamit ako nito, contacts cleaner, para sigurado na yung contacts natin ay nakalapat ng maayos sa isa't isa. Just spray a little bit. This is designed for electrical contacts. Yan, tanggal yung mga dumi. Okay, so kabit na natin. Excited na akong mapandar eh. Ilang araw din na walang walang service. Kasi itong maliit dito yan sa baba. Itong small na to sa ating compressor. Ay nako, sorry guys, kaya hindi nyo makita. Ayan, so connected na. Ito naman, itong tatlong to dito yan sa side. Ayan. Dito. Ay nako, the best talaga ang Toyota. Halos wala nang kwan, wala nang room para sa mga plugs. Yun. Okay, pasok na guys. Ayan. Palitan ko na lang yung plug niya soon. Maya natin takpan yan. Okay, so yung ating electrical wirings ay connected na, pero kailangan nating ayusin ito mamaya. or else magkakaproblema tayo sa input signals. Balik mo natin ito para makahinga ng konti ito. Alright, so serpentine belt na tayo, guys.
4. Reinstall the belt. This part was tough to capture clearly. It was nighttime and the space was cramped, but here's a diagram to help you out.
Okay, I think kaya na siya. Ayan, na siya. Down. Ayan. Ay, sa wakas.
Belt routing diagram. 5. Reconnect all the wiring. Double check everything. You don't want to misplace a connector or fry something by mistake. 6. Time to test. Once everything is back in place, moment of truth. Let's fire it up. Yes, it worked. The alternator spins like a charm. Live voltage reading from multimeter. Now, check this out. We're getting a steady 14.5 volts while the engine is running. That's within the perfect range, way better than the 10 to 12 volt drop we had earlier.
Wow, 15 volts. Okay, guys. So, galing natin sa test drive. Yan yung ating voltage, 14.2. Sign of very healthy alternator. So, ang healthy na alternator voltage pag tumatakbong makina is 13.5 to 14.5. So, tingnan nyo naman, 14.2 siya ngayon. So, it's very nice, no? And then wala naman akong nakikitang discrepancy, wala akong napapansin na mga static sound dito sa loob. So it means that the alternator is working properly. Aircon is also on, as you can see, 25 degrees. All accessory lights are also on, and meron yung accessories. So kahit mag high beam tayo, ayan, naka high beam na tayo niyan, ha. Yan, 14.1. It's very nice. And low beam. Yes.
After so long, B-roll of the car months later, voltmeter reading again. So here we are, it's already April 2025, and the max alternator is still going strong, still hitting 14.2 volts when the engine, even with lights, radio, and aircon running, the voltage stays steady. No strange noises, no voltage drops, no regrets. Overlay text, 6+ months later, still works. Alright, that's it for this one. I know it took me months, even years, to edit and post this video, but I really wanted to make sure that what I shared here actually lasts, and now I can confidently say Max brand alternators are worth it, at least in my experience. I've included the product links in the description below, and if you're in the Philippines, you can check out our Corolla 9th Gen store. For viewers outside the country, I left some links in the comments section too. Just scroll down and click. Don't forget to subscribe, or even if you don't want to, just do it anyway. It's free and it really helps this channel grow. Thanks for watching, and if you want to support what I do, check out my other videos. DIYs, car stuff, repairs, it's all here. Drive safe. We only have one life. See you next time.